events to touch base with these Rabbit fans of yours?
I know Rabbit is a good word. I think the passion for UConn is never ending. It never wavers. The passion is so strong. Yeah, mad when they're upset that we're not playing well. Super critical when things aren't going the way they want them to go, and unbelievably appreciative when we play great and win and do it the right way. But there's never apathy, and you gotta love that. That the passion is just so intense, and you can feel it every time you get involved in these things.
Stewie and Steph are teammates now on the Liberty. We're here playing with Sun last night. Just, what was their dynamic like, as teammates on the court together when they were playing for you? And what was it like to see them now, all these years later, as teammates in New York?
What's interesting was I think Steph was a little bit older and Stewie was younger, obviously. And Steph and Stewie had played together at USA Basketball a little bit, and life is weird, and basketball is a small world. So you put those two things together, and you end up X number of years later on a pro team with the same person that you looked up to when you were in college. And Steph was a great mentor. I think she showed Stewie how to have fun playing basketball, because I don't think anybody's ever had more fun playing than Steph did. And they complemented each other in a way that two great players would. They never stepped on each other's toes, and I think back to those days, and I thought, how did we ever lose? And then I think back and we didn't. Because of them. They were part of it. They were special. What can I tell you?
The camaraderie among the coaches, different programs at UConn, is it pretty unique, you think, pretty special? I mean, not just the people here tonight, but you and Dan, you and Jim, and the other guys. I mean, it's pretty special.
Yeah. When I first walked up here on campus, all the coaches were on the same floor. So Tom Jackson was at the end of the hall, and I was next to him, and Don Perno was next to me, and Howie and the other assistants were there, and you just went down the, and you couldn't help but feel connected to every other coach. As time has gone by and facilities have been built, you don't see each other as much as you used to. We used to all be in the same locker room. You walk in there and Joe Maroney's in there and Joe Gianelli's in there, and it was like one big frat party at times. And things have a way of kind of getting more dispersed, as people and programs get bigger and bigger. But I think the thing that always stands out here is if you ever step back and look at what has been accomplished at this school in the last 20-some years, and you say to yourself, how's that possible when there are schools 3 times the size of ours with 10 times the amount of resources that we have, or the funding that they get? How do we accomplish what we accomplished? It's nothing short of a miracle what's happened here in Storrs, Connecticut, in a small state like Connecticut. So you can only trace it to the people that work here. It's getting people that are willing to invest in the program and invest in each other, and it's pretty unique. I think it's pretty unique.
Man, it bothered me when you said it in there, but I graduated in 1995. Remember UConn 2000? You're 100% right.
No shit.
I never would have. I took my wife up there, 96 grad. She couldn't believe what she saw. I mean,
No.
you mentioned it. It's true.
89, I should say 86, 87, 88, 89. We get a recruit on campus. You couldn't take them around campus on a weekend. You know what you guys did up
Store
there
2-4.
on weekend, right? I mean, it was. There are a couple big recruits. I thought maybe I'd take them down to, when they land, I'd tell them to fly into JFK and we'll take them around Yale's campus and say, hey, welcome to UConn.
Which way did you drive them from the airport?
Yeah, you were really, really embarrassed that the school could look like that the students would treat it like that. But when no one cares, that's what happens. And now you go up there and everyone cares.
Yep.
And it starts from the top. Everyone cares at the top, and every freshman coming in cares. So we've built again, to use an overused word, we built a culture up on campus that isn't just athletic culture. Now it's a University of Connecticut culture. And what the expectation is for the students coming in, for the professors that work there, and I think they also, people have to understand that this doesn't happen by itself. It's not like we go there and we do our job and we don't need anybody else. This is something that everybody that works up there on that campus has something to do with that national championship that happened in April. I don't care what position you have up there. You had something to do with it, and you should celebrate it because you're part of it. It's not like somebody else did it. It would be like somebody wins a Nobel Prize at UConn. We all feel it. We all celebrate it. We all take pride in that. And I think that's a big thing that sports does. It brings a university together in a lot of ways.
Olivia Nelson-Agona had, career highs.
Yeah,
last
I saw
night
that.
for his son, with Bree Jones getting injured now, out for the season.
Yeah.
And her getting a much bigger opportunity there, just from coaching her. Just how do you think she'll approach that? Just taking on that big opportunity.
She was up at school. She was up at school yesterday, and so I had a chance to talk with her a little bit with Liv, and I asked her exactly that question. I said, "Your role is going to change a lot now without, unfortunately," and she said, "Yeah, unfortunately, it's not the way you want it to happen. But losing a great player like Bree, those are big shoes to fill, and I'm happy that whatever opportunity Liv has gotten, she's taken advantage of it, and that's all you can ask for a rookie. Wait for an opportunity, however way it comes, and then take advantage of it. Same thing with Dorka last night. I think that was her best game. So these kids, you're going to get a shot, and you just got to be ready for it. And I'm proud of them.
Have you been happy with what you've seen from your squad so far this summer?
Actually, yes. We don't have Aaliyah. She's playing with the Canadian national team. We don't have Paige, except for some half-court stuff and individual work. But when we do have her, and when Aaliyah did come back for a week, and we had our whole team, I had a lot of people that saw it on film say, "Wow, you guys got something special going on up there," and knock on wood, we're pretty excited about it. Let's put it that way.
You still don't know whether Paige will play in Europe or to what extent she might want to.
Yeah,
on that trip?
Yeah, that'll be game time decision. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, she's got a timetable that she's on. I'm not going to rush it. So whatever that timetable is, that's what we're going to go with.
How beneficial will the time that Janet's going to get with her national team back in Egypt and two national teams?
Same thing. I think anytime you're playing you know, you're playing basketball at that level, you can't help but improve. And learning how to play with other really good players on your team. So she's way ahead of all the other freshmen because she was here in January. And I think this is just one more thing, you know. She's pretty impressive, I have to say. I'm happy for her.
You know, they announced the new Jonathan, puppy today.
I saw pictures of him. I saw a little
were you
video.
able to meet him when he came
No,
over?
I didn't. I know the players did, but I wasn't there when he came over. So I'm hoping I get a chance to at some point soon. But it's absolutely beautiful dog. And they're right. Every husky looks a little bit different than the one before. This one's got a little bit of a serious look on his face. If you see him, he's a little bit pissy, man. He wants to win. I like it.
Could be related
I like
to
him.
Dan.
Yeah.
Could be related to Dan.
Yeah, he's got more hair than Dan, but I don't think he's as tough and gnarly and as passionate yet as Dan is.